Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to attract profile visitors, how to get people through to your Instagram profile. And if you've done all the other steps correctly, you will really kind of maximize the percentage of people that come to your profile and hit follow. When we think about attracting profile visitors, we're going to talk about a handful of things here. We're going to be talking about the importance of community management and being really timely and responsive to any comments that you have on your account. We'll talk about reciprocal engagement, which is going out there and engaging with people who engage with your content. Outbound engagement, where you're, putting yourself out there, going out to cold audiences and engaging with their content on Instagram. Share for share partnerships, user-generated content, influencers, and then finally paid ads. So let's have a look at each one of these in a bit more detail. The first is community management. And when we talk about community management, what we're referring to is responding to comments that are left on your content, whether that's a feed post, a reel, IGTV video, or people who respond to your reactions to your stories. Okay, and we want to make sure that every single comment that is written is responded to. This is really, really important, and as is speed. Okay, so we want to make sure that if you respond as quickly as you can, then there'll be more chance that the person who wrote the original comment will write another comment. And that's because they're already on Instagram. They've just written the comment to you. So if you respond quickly, then there's a chance to write another comment. And what this is going to do is this is going to fire the algorithm, and it's going to reward your post will get rewarded with more reach. Some of the other benefits that effective and timely community management offer are that reviewing and responding to comments will prevent brand damage. Okay, so maybe someone's written something on there that doesn't reflect your brand in the best light, and this is just part of social media. You're going to get kind of spammy comments or people writing negative things, and you've just got to make sure that you deal with those comments as quickly as you can. It's also an opportunity for you to start a meaningful, intimate conversation that can result in more comments, which ultimately will lead to even more reach. And this is because the algorithms favor what they call that. They call it meaningful engagement. They want brands and users to converse and to interact, and that's why they reward it with additional reach. Users can also like and react and comment on comments. Okay, so that means that often when you have like some sort of witty or funny comment, then this can result in even more engagement than your original post. And so therefore, again, this is a reason why you want to respond as quickly as possible to kind of get that going. It also encourages your followers to leave comments again in the future. So if someone writes a comment and then you respond really, really quickly, you're kind of acknowledging it and almost rewarding it with a reply. And therefore, the next time around, they're more inclined to write a comment as well. And finally, if someone comments on your current post, then what it will do, as we learned, is that through the interest and relationship side of the algorithm, if someone writes a comment, then the chances of your content appearing high in their feed next time they use Instagram is quite high. One of the clever tricks that you can use is when replying to a question is actually to ask a question. So there's an example here from an account called Ocean Vision. Someone wrote a comment saying they are wonderful, tender, beautiful couple to inspire, which is a couple of sea turtles that look like they're kissing. And then Ocean Vision replied saying, I wonder what brought them together. And then this started off a conversation, then reply saying the ocean wind, power amore, and then so on and so forth, right? So by responding with a question, then that can encourage a secondary comment to be left as well. The second type of engagement is what's called reciprocal engagement. And this is where anyone who has engaged with one of your posts is effectively is now aware of your account, and essentially has provided a positive sign that they're interested in seeing more of what you share on Instagram. And therefore, these users are more likely, are probably closer to following your account than someone who has never seen or heard of you before. And so what you want to do is you want to reciprocate the engagement with basically every single comment or like that you receive. You want to go through to their account and like one or two of their posts and then write a meaningful comment. And when we say meaningful comment, what that means is show them that you've actually looked at the post and write something positive and write something that shows that you're not a robot. Now, Then if you want to, and this is kind of optional, what you can do is then go to their profile, and as long as you're using an Instagram business account, what it will show you is that if they already follow you, the blue button will say follow back. Now, if they're not following you, it will say follow. And so for those that just say follow, what you can do is you can follow them. So if you think about what's happened here, they've liked one of your posts, and then you've gone through to their account, you've liked a few of their posts, and then you've written a meaningful comment, maybe one or two meaningful comments, and then you've gone and hit follow. The chances of them having reciprocated the engagement, the chances of them following you back is going to be quite high. Now, as I mentioned, that kind of follow option is optional. You don't have to do that. But as a strategy to get your account going, maybe to get you to the first 1,000 followers, it's really, really good. Okay, it's definitely something that you're going to find is a tactic that is going to really accelerate the growth of your account very, very quickly. The other thing to point out is that even if that account does already follow you, what you've effectively done is you've rewarded them for engaging with your posts. They've liked your post, you've gone through and liked a couple of posts on theirs, maybe written a meaningful comment, and that is going to encourage them to engage with your content again in the future if they think that that results in them getting some engagement back. Now, most people spend 80 to 90% of their Instagram marketing time focused on creating content and then publishing it, and they sort of wipe their hands of the engagement, or in particular this reciprocal engagement, but then wonder why their content doesn't perform. What I want you to do is I really want you to flip that on its head. I want you to be spending maybe 70% of your time on engagement. So when someone likes your content or writes a content, I want you to work through every single account that did it, go to their accounts and like a few of their posts and write a meaningful comment. And you just have to trust me, the algorithm will go absolutely bananas for it. And you will see that your profile visits, and we'll talk about this when we get to insights, your profile visits will skyrocket, as will your follower growth, as long as you've got great content on your account. As long as people come to your account, it's set up really nicely, and you're sharing great content on your account, you should see a rapid increase in followers as a result of doing the reciprocal engagement strategy. And then, of course, the question I always get asked is, what happens if 1,000 people like your content? Well, we've had plenty of people systematically work through all 1,000 of them and then found that they started consistently getting huge engagement numbers like that. As long as you're posting every single day, every single person that engages with your content, go and like some of their content and write some meaningful comments, and you will see a rapid and substantial increase in the performance of your Instagram marketing. The third type of engagement is what's called outbound engagement, or sometimes called proactive engagement. And this is where you're going to go out and you're going to interact with accounts that may have never actually heard of your account before. So the first way you could do this is to actually write quite detailed comments on trending posts. And you see a lot of people using this tactic. They'll go to the Explore page, they'll look for trending posts, and they'll write a very long and detailed comment on that particular post. And this is because people read the comments. If there's a post that's gone viral, people will go through and they will read the comments, and the algorithm will actually show the most popular comments towards the top. And if your comment is good, the comment will generate its own engagement, from which you can then use reciprocal engagement with those particular users. So if you write a comment and your comment generates, say, 100 likes, then you can go to those 100 likes and then engage with those accounts and try and grow awareness of your account in that way. Next, you can search, follow, and engage with relevant hashtags. And you can then comment and like the content which is likely to have been published by your ideal audience who are using those hashtags. So think of hashtags your audience may use when you're publishing your posts, your reels, your IGTV videos, your stories, that's really relevant to your organization's brand, which you may be able to comment on. And then finally, you can engage with followers of similar themed accounts. And this is probably the one that is the most well known. And the reason why people do this is that people who follow and engage with similar themed accounts to yours could be potential followers and maybe customers for your organization too. Remember that audiences are mostly cold, okay? So if you're going to be doing this, whichever one you do, they don't yet know about your account. So we want to make sure that we avoid spamming with too many comments or ones that are not valuable and relevant. We want to engage with other accounts in a really genuine way, writing relevant, positive, and specific comments. Otherwise, they're going to perceive your activity. They're going to see what you're doing. They're going to perceive your activity as a tactic only. So let's just talk about that third one there, which is outbound engagement. And so the way this would work is you might go to a similar account that has a similar theme to you, and you want to go to one of their recent posts that has a lot of engagement. And then you want to click on the likes, right? And it will show you a full list of people who liked that particular post. What you don't want to do is just click on the account's followers, right? So you don't want to go to the account's profile page and then click on the followers, because probably, a quarter, maybe a third of them are not currently active. But by clicking on the likes of a very recent post, what it does is shows you essentially a list of people who are very recently active. And what you want to do is then kind of work your way through that list. You would go to each one of these accounts, couple of likes, comment, and then you can choose to follow that account if you want to. Now, the thing about this is that these audiences are ice cold. Okay, so they've never ever heard of you before. So the percentage of people that will follow you back if you do choose to follow them, or the percentage of people who are going to follow your account just because you go and engage them, is probably likely to be quite low. It's still a tactic that allows you to create a lot of awareness for your account. That's why we included it. The main thing you want to avoid doing is just clicking on this list and then just clicking follow. Instagram now, as we learn about the algorithm, they have the account quality score, and Instagram knows what you're doing when you start doing this. They know that you're just doing nothing more than trying to kind of game it and get followers by, sending these signals to people. So strongly advise that you don't do that. Similarly, there's a lot of third-party apps that you can plug in to Instagram, but again, because of the importance of the account quality score, again, this is one that we actually used to recommend. It's called Cleaner for Instagram. This allowed you to do is, if you follow too many accounts, you could actually go back and it would unfollow people that didn't follow your account. We were okay with that because you followed them, you engaged with their account, you invited them into your network, but they didn't reciprocate. So you went, okay, well, I'll unfollow you. But the challenge now, because of the importance of the account quality score, is that we don't want to use these third-party apps because Instagram doesn't publish a list of those that work and don't work. I think generally, though, anything that tries to in any way automate what should be a human interaction is probably not something that Instagram is going to frown upon. It's probably something that Instagram doesn't want you to do. Okay, so if you are going to do that strategy, like we were talking about, the follow for follow strategy, where you go and engage with their account first and then follow a bunch of accounts, then you probably, if you choose to unfollow them, you're going to have to go through that and do it manually. Otherwise, you may have to accept that on your account, at least in the initial stages, you'll be following too many accounts and you'll have a lower number of followers. A share-for-share partnership is where two similar accounts partner to mutually grow awareness of followers. And this is the same. Essentially, it's a type of collaboration. The difference with this is that the collaboration is specifically to grow each other's followers, and drive traffic. And like a collaboration, each account mentions the other in the post captions, increasing exposure to a new audience and driving profile visits and followers. And so if you want to find partners, there's a lot of people out there trying to actively find share-for-share partners. A lot of people use the Kik app, or you can search for hashtag S4S or hashtag share-for-share. And you can just find people who have used that hashtag and then just send them a direct message and ask them. The key here, if you do a share-for-share partnership, ideally the person with the most number of followers should go second. The person with the fewer followers should go first. And if you are the one that goes first, you've got to make sure that your share-for-share partner does follow through on it. Share-for-share tends to work quite well where you've got the two accounts, maybe at 10K, 20K followers. You'll find that the time invested, if you've only got a couple of thousand followers, just probably won't be worth it. So it is a better strategy once your account is a little bit larger. So an example here of a share-for-share, you've got Founder, 1.7 million followers. They post something and it says, love this by @BuildYourEmpire. And then similarly, you go to Build Your Empire and you'll see that they've saying similar thing, let them know via Founder. Okay, so mutually kind of shouting each other out with the idea of growing each other's followers. We've talked previously about user-generated content, or UGC as it's sometimes called, as a great strategy to promote on your bio, to drive new profile visitors and therefore increase your followers. And this is because users will @mention your account in their caption or tag you, photo tag in their post, or both, right? And these @mentions or photo tags, they're clickable links through to your profile. So it's like a URL, a link that drives people through to your profile and therefore hopefully increases your followers. Now, mentions are going to be generally more valuable than photo tags. And this is because a photo tag requires two clicks, right? So it requires you to tap on the actual post itself to reveal the photo tags. And then someone has to then click onto the photo tag to go through to your profile visit, versus a mention where people click on the mention in your caption, they go straight through to your profile. Now, you can encourage UGC by mentioning the creator in your caption when you repost their content. And in general, UGC is going to work best when you have a large number of followers already, because the more followers you have, the more users are incentivized to mention and tag you. And the more their followers will be exposed to your account and therefore visit your profile and follow you. So here, HelloFresh, in their bio, what they've done is they say, keep sending in your #FreshPics. Now, what HelloFresh AU will be doing, they will be scanning that particular hashtag to look for content that they could potentially repost. And then on the rest of the bio, it says tag us and you could win a free box. So not only are they incentivizing users to create content for them, and those users are promoting HelloFresh, but in addition to that, they could go into the running to win the free box as well. And therefore, HelloFresh, they've got this endless supply of great content, endless supply of people promoting their account. And also they're helping to promote the users' accounts as well, which creates a really, really nice relationship with them. Competitions are a very clever way of encouraging users to @mention your account. And you should make the @mention in the caption in their posts, reel, IGTV video, or stories a condition of entry. And this will drive profile visits to your account and increase followers. You just got to make sure that you read Instagram's terms and conditions around competitions to make sure that you're playing within the rules. Otherwise, the algorithm will hurt your account quality score. Influencer marketing can be a great way to increase profile visits and therefore grow your followers. And influencers can be divided broadly into three groups. The first is what we would call distributors. And these are influencers that typically have a very large and engaged audience, maybe millions of followers. Next, you have narrators, who are typically celebrities and have reach beyond social media. So they're well known for being a celebrity, but they've also managed to grow quite a significant and large following on Instagram. And then the third are creators or micro-influencers who have a smaller but highly engaged audience that follows their account. Influencer marketing can have substantial benefit for marketers. It delivers a lift in brand awareness for your product, service, or message, as well as the positive brand association, because influencer endorsements essentially add credibility like word of mouth advertising does. Influencer marketing also provides quite targeted reach by matching your target audience to the influencer's followers. And then finally, influencers are usually able to generate higher engagement and therefore reach, because they're individuals and not brands. You always want to be thinking about, are there non-monetary ways in which you can incentivize accounts with high followers, i.e. influencers, to mention your account? For example, could you offer them a discount, or could you offer them product in kind? If you've got a product that costs you $100 to manufacture, but you sell it for $300, then the value to the influencer is $300, even though it actually only costs you $100. Or can you offer them just a commission on sales? Now, a lot of influencers won't agree to this, unfortunately, because there is benefit to a brand who gets an influencer post because there's awareness, even if it doesn't necessarily result in sales. But nevertheless, there are influencers out there who, with the right level of incentive, may be willing to share content, @mention your account, just to generate a commission on any sales of your particular product. Brand Collabs Manager is a tool to help brands and creators to find, learn more about, and connect with each other. And it's part of the Facebook ad platform. And from within it, you can see if a creator's audience matches yours, which is great. You can also choose a creator, and then like a lookalike audience that we make from a custom audience, you can actually select a creator and then ask Facebook to find other creators that have similar audiences to yours, because that's what it's all about. It's about finding those influencers who have a target audience that matches yours. You can also manage the relationship with the influencer. You can generate insights from the paid partnerships that you enter into them with, etc. Okay, so if you are involved in influencer marketing, then Brand Collabs Manager is definitely something you want to be using. Like other social media platforms, you can also promote or boost posts from within the Instagram app as long as you're using an Instagram business account. And definitely, these boosted posts or these ads are going to increase your profile visits. What Instagram does particularly well is they'll tell you which of your organic posts are performing well, which is sort of like the matchstick, and therefore would benefit most from paid amplification, which is the fire, right? So look out for these notifications. They look like this. And if you do see a post that's performing, say, at 90% or 95% better than your other posts, you may want to seriously consider using paid amplification. You can also run paid advertising campaigns on Instagram through the Facebook ad platform. And of course, this will grow awareness of your Instagram account and increase your profile visits and followers. Yes, paid ad costs you money, but they guarantee you a certain amount of reach instead of kind of hoping that your content resonates with people. They provide really granular targeting. They've got the ability to retarget people who engage with your Instagram account using custom audiences. And of course, there's a bunch of detailed metrics and data to optimize the campaign performance of your ads. Now, if you've linked your Instagram account through to the Facebook ad platform, then your account name is clickable, and this will mean that people can click from the ad and go through to your profile page. And if they do this, there is a bar that appears at the bottom of your profile that will continue to drive people through to the URL, but it means that potentially people can follow your account and then also click on that link. And then finally, it's important to understand that not all of your profile visits are going to come from within Instagram. In fact, there's a huge number of different locations for you to promote your Instagram account, divided into, online and offline. And the harder you work to promote your account, the faster you're going to grow it. So if we think about some of the online options, you might have an embedded feed on your website. You can use the Add This button, which allows people to follow it, again, on web pages and landing pages. You can have website pop-ups. You can have your Instagram account's URL on your Facebook page. You can include it in some of your social media posts on Facebook. You can add it to your email signature, the little icon, so that people can click on it and come through and follow your account. You can bomb your email list and tell them to, hey, follow us on Instagram, or you can have it as a permanent footer on any of your email campaigns or sequences that you sent out. You can have a website banner, put it in your mobile app if you have one, and of course you can run paid digital ads if it is something that you're looking to really accelerate the growth of your Instagram account. And then offline, you could consider things like flyers, posters, signs, window stickers, cards with QR codes, merchandise. PR is a massive one. If you can, get some good press about it, and they can include your Instagram account, that's going to really accelerate the growth of it. Sponsorships and so on. So you want to be thinking about not just how do I grow my Instagram account from within the Instagram app, but what additional online and offline activity can I do to increase awareness, drive those profile visits, and then hopefully a good proportion of those will follow your account.